Hey everyone, welcome to my video. Today in this video we are going to model a hair dryer with surface commands. It will be a long video. I hope it can be clear enough to everybody from every level. Let's start then by opening a sketch in our front plane. As always I did, first we are placing a construction geometry. And this geometry will be 185 millimeter, and then here two more. We click on them with control and we say they are equal, and then the height from center 28.5, and for now we can start with other operations. Later we have two spline. Randomly we drop them and we create here a 3 degree, a 510 tangency value or tangency magnitude, you could say even. This guy have some trouble. Let's take it back and firstly give this value, then I think it will be better. This 2 point will be vertical. With control we gave that. Sometimes if I don't want to do that, I am putting there a center line. That's both works. That's good. And here our value is 14 degree and tangency magnitude 80, and then the diameter here 33.5 center distance. Now we could give the magnitude. This is 510. Something like this you are going to achieve. Then the second we place here again a spline, a little bit play with that, and we can give some values before I'm going to add one line. This two line will be vertical. This is point in 46.5 and having tangency with this, and tangency magnitude is 105, and this point at 165. Almost black, but there is some still underdefined of things. Here degree is 8 and the tangency magnitude is 17. I believe now we made everything ready for main operation. On the right plane we are going to open a sketch and place here a circle. I didn't place circle, if you notice, in the center. With sweep command there was a issue I really don't understand. Sometimes it is not working. The best thing you to do, just placing randomly on the line and then clicking this to object while control is pressed, coincident, again point, a circle, coincident. Now it should work. Swap. This will be the pad. This will be the guide curve, selection manager. Under the options, keep normal constant. We achieve this object operation. But here there are some problems. We remove them and we don't have any problem. Like there was a waving. And Instead of loft, I'm using this one because this always protects this circularity along the curve, guide curves. And now I'm just a little bit going back to my sketch, and I should add there one thing first. Trim plane, construction geometry between points where our spline ends and where here ends, not at the end of the line. And then we click front plane and we pick this line, and then we have there a plane. We are going to say trim tool is this. Keep selections will keep for me this area, the rest will be gone. Let it stay that plane there, or if it's bothering we can hide it, that's also good. We open a sketch again in front plane and we place here a line, and we come back to point, come back to point again, and then you have a radius or circle. Too many to think about. Sometimes I'm having difficulty to talk. If you don't mind, we convert this line, the trim plane line, because it is easy to find in the middle option. And from this point to here, I place a radius or arc, let's say. This arc will be perpendicular, and here we have a tangency, and then value here 17.5, radius 1. Here we have 55 degree. This point to this point, a line where we are going to say to program you become here 25. And the only thing now to give this value, which is 8. We can make this thing from now a closed body in order to circle, because we will have some operations on that. And we just make revolve. Very nice. And after a shell, let's give here 1 millimeter. And maybe a nice radius here, but later. Okay, that part also is done. We got the front side. We will complete the front side, and then we'll proceed with the other sides. On the front plane, a sketch again. As always, construction geometry. This is 50 long, and a line I placed here, and I convert to construction geometry, and I click on it and come to point, say your midpoint. You could make this with 2 lines. That's also a thing. Then you could make it equal. There is countless options in programs. I believe after you are having a certain amount of skill or experience, you're gonna find your own best way. We place here a spline also again here. In order to easily giving relationship, I'm hiding my body and I will use my base sketch. These 2 objects will be equal curvature. This also will be equal curvature. Instead of tangency, it will protect this curvature. Tangency just like in a certain amount of area. Curvature is different. And we have some underdefined options, things here, like the values 36, and here I have a 52, and here I have a 42. As you see, everything dark. And on front plane we had already one sketch we use on other side. I will hide this one, I meant this one. And then we go again at surface. This is surface, this is the profile, this is the pad, and this is our guide. And what we were saying here, we say keep normal constant. As you see here, there is some deviations, and we say none, and then deviations going. These are little details, but it is very important. Sometimes it is affecting a lot your quality of the surfacing. And if we need to show what we have done, we are here. And on right plane, we open a sketch plane, and we say 70mm on left side, and we will just go place there a slot. We look from this surface, this plane, and with center point slot, I am placing here a slot. My computer starts to work slow, and I change my display state. I hope it survives. Height 22.5, and here will be 80 on 70mm distance from starting. Let me save this on my computer. Okay, that's good. Firstly, we are going to look from top plane, and we will create there a arc. We place here a line, arc here, radius 80, and in mode we just need to change our perspective, and we click to object while Control is pressed, and we say pierce. And I'm adding one construction geometry, and then a mirror. Oh, what is the problem? Overdefined, diagnose, accept, okay. We will say this is at 55. Let's try. And then we close our sketch. Now we look from front plane. We will define another curves, which will be here. Tangent C. Here radius is quite big, was 200 if I'm right. And then we click on this point again, we make pierce, and I'm going to say, oh, sorry, you become vertical, like that means this 3 point now in Y direction. And after this operation, I convert this line, I had the red line, and I made a construction geometry. This is our curve or arc, and we just made a mirror. What we are going to do now, creating here another plane and then putting there a slot. We have 4 points. It is good enough to define a slot, and I will just pick a slot. I will just place somewhere here. Firstly, I'm defining this point. Secondly, this point, just giving relations, coincident, didn't define. It's defined already. And here also coincident. One more, maybe. Okay, it is fully black. I was a little bit struggling, but it's okay. If we need to hide everything, then you will see something like this here. We make a loft and guide curves. And main profile will be normal to profile. Okay, that's looking nice. We show all surfaces. Let's look like this. Okay. Then we made a extend surface. Oh, this is becoming like a parabola. Revolve surface here good. Tangent to surface. Edge selection. We can extend some amount. Yes, we have then 3 surface, body and extended, and then this loft operation, and we're gonna make a trim. Mutual will be used when there is multiple surfaces, and we will remove the selections. This is gone, these areas also going, this also going, and we only need these surfaces. That's looking good, and we could make a thicken here, but I think it's not going to work like how we want. Let's make 2 mm thicken. Yes, what I'm going to show you now. When I have made a thicken surface, because of the orientation of surface, there is a protrusion. In order to not have this, what I'm doing, creating planar surfaces. Here also planar surface, and then knitting everything. Merge entities, create solid, and shell, which is 2 mm, I do say, for here. Then you look now from side, you will not have any issue like that. Okay, good. Before shell, we forget something, 10 mm radius here. Yes, it is looking fine. What we did till now, we create front and back. There will be extra operations, and let's finish now the holding area where we hold our hair dryer. We look from front plane and we place our construction geometry, and after we place here some surface lines. Will be like this, be like this. Okay, all this will be construction geometry, and this collinear. Good. This is, sorry, this is 24.5 if I'm right. Yeah, this is 36.5, and this is 6 degree, and these two will be perpendicular. Also here already perpendicular, and we are going to give our dimensions like this: 65 from here, 134, sorry, 134, as you see it is defined here, and this height will be 192, if I'm right. Yes, and let me check another value here. Yes, something like that is good. And both already parallel. There should be, yes, this is parallel. Now here we place first an arc, which is a big arc, 2450. In order to create less operation, I convert from spline, but in this side it wasn't that much possible. Here we will use a spline again. Our value from here to here, 95, and this area is 130, and again here some place. We are having here a 100 degree and 150, our tangency value. Yeah, this is the form, and now we need 2-time reference plane here. Basically, we pick a plane, line, and point. Same operation here, and I save my head wire first. We could hide bodies, and on top plane I'm creating a sketch, a spline with 3 points, and we look normal to, say normal to, we will play with our spline. Then we create construction geometries. I want to give here tangency. Before also I said in my video it was possible to give a 90 degree to this area. That makes also same thing. 42 by 35 tangency magnitudes, and this point from this area at 17. Also in the middle of this two line, where I will make a vertical operation. The first profile is done like this, and then the second profile will be in this plane. We could hide this plane first. I don't want to see that. And here a sketch again, 2-time line. We have a 3 point, in fact, starting and ending point, and the midpoint is spline. And here again a 2-time construction geometry. When we look from normal to, it will be better. Tangency, here also that tangency, and this point will be 5 degree, and then the 34 tangency magnitude. Here we have 32, here we have 26, and will be in this zone. Everything looking fine, but didn't become black. I don't know. Oh, I found out what was the problem. Our height. Height will be at 13 millimeters. Yes. Very good. Surfaces. Loft between these two objects. And these are guide curves. These are guide curves, and guide curves normal to profile. Normal to profile. Everything will be normal to profile. Yes, it's looking nice. We make a mirror now, and let's see what we have at the end. We have group of surfaces, we have some solids. Now we are going to make our transition surface from body to handle. For that, again, we need a construction geometry. We have a simple spline, the surface. Yes, something like this should look like. Between 2 point distance in x 102, and ending point from our origin 182, and here we have a 40 degree, here we have a 16 degree, and here magnitude 150, here 150 I believe, same. You could play. It is now black and fully defined, as you see. Then we can make a trim surface, standard trim with a line. Remove selection will remove the area where I don't want. We have a surface break because of a mirror, and it will be good for program to have also in this transition surface. Intersection will do this for us. As you say, I divide the surfaces into two pieces. Selection manager, first profile, selection manager, second profile, and we say tangency to face and tangency to face. We can look from side, and you could play with the tangency values, and then you see what's changing here. As you see, maybe 1.25 is good. Here with 2, something's changing. It could be okay for us. And that's also done. We need to make some extension here first. Let's fix that. Thing should be this plane. I pick the plane that I created there and offset 5 millimeter. I added this later. Sorry, we can make first knitting. I didn't want to change my sketch. Take 5 millimeter good, we don't need to do anything. Normally I was planning to make trim with this plane. Oh, there is a problem. Surface is not going good there. Let's try something linear. And we select tangency and planar surface. We close the surface. We are going to hide the solid bodies now. This is still surface. We can convert this to also a solid now. The first thing that we should do, closing body to, and then knitting, create solid, merge entities. We have here also a solid. We can add some radiuses. Here 5. Some other radiuses, 0.5. Model a little bit going to look like it is done. Normally we shouldn't make before completing general operations. Normally I don't put so much radius, but here I want to see model a little bit finalizing. We spend good time. I think everybody excited about the result. 0.5 radiuses. These operations also done. They have a solid, and we could cut this middle area. For that I create a construction geometry. Let's keep like how it is. We are going to place that. Now it is giving diameter. Sorry, isolate this. Let's place it 7. And then we should open. Yes, this one. I need this surface, this line here. Surface, sorry. Exactly. We could hide it now. Let's keep it here, and this is here. Between these two lines, I will go make a transition lines. And here, maybe it's not a good idea to place it there. Let's see. I remove it. Tangent, and also a tangency here. $145, 15, changed to 40, looking nice. And in fact, this is looking nice. Was it here? Yes. Yeah, it was looking nice. Okay. And we can give 40, 50. We have some 25 degree. Select chain, offset, be directional, and will be 3 or 4. Normally in the original this was going with a little bit angular, but then to protect this equality a little bit was hard. For you to make it easy, I made just a straight. This is looking fine for me now. The center could turn to construction geometry. After this operation, I'm going to make a offset surface. Offset surface. Here we should take the radiuses also at 0. We can hide all solid bodies with this new sketch, we will trim surface standard, and we will just keep inside. Keep selections will keep for me the area. It is not keeping, and there is some issue. Okay. Then we can try split first. Maybe it's better. Yes. Okay. I found out what's the problem. We should extend our lines simply. Program asking for. Because of the offsetting, I think some points changed. Where is this? Touching on the bodies. And when you make this extension, you will see exactly this was the problem. And now we could remove split line. Again, trying to trim. Keep selection, we'll keep the inside. Yes, this is what we were searching for. And we have bodies, we have surface. Now we're going to make the surface thicken like 2 mm inwards. It is good, maybe 1.5 even. 1. Oh, this radius. Okay, delete face. Extend 0.5. Because radius was 0.5 if you remember. Yes, it is done. Let's show solid bodies. It is there. I will cut with a solid to a solid, then simply I need a copy of that if I want to keep it the original there. Features, move copy, and then the last operation will be copied. Yes. Take an original, copy one is the copy last. We are going to use combine. From this body, we will extract or subtract the copied body, and then you will see there simply a surface cut, which is good. Now some radiuses will look nice. There is some issues. Let's try this value. What is happening? Sometimes little tricks helps you. I don't know how long time I'm talking, but I think video became very long. Sorry for that. And we can make this one a different color. It's looking very nice. Let's complete then the buttons area and then cutting here. Then we are almost done, I believe. Front plane, we can look. Right plane, sorry. Right plane. Here we are going to place a button. Let's place exactly the connection point. So it's a ellipse. Height is 12 and length is 20. we will save the program, cut, but first we need a surface. Offset surface. Like 3 offset. And we will just cut our solid now. Okay, a little bit more. Fillet. Let's make it a big fillets. 1. And surface offset was here. This will determine the highest point of our bottom. Surfaces, trim surface. This area will be removed, and then I will just have this area. We can hide this, and now ruled surface, swept, because in a direction we are making this operation. Right will be swept direction. Yeah, 10 is good. Knitting surface. This body will be knitted. And there at radius. We should add other edges. Tangent propagation didn't work good. The rest, again, we will do the same here. Then let's look again from white plane. From at the other side. I saw on my model one thing that this shouldn't be like this in fact. It is because we set to profile normal to. Maybe we can change it. This was guide second. Guide second will not be normal to profile. Let's see what's happening. Not so much change. I think here a curve also could be nice to use. Anyway, we follow the steps further. Here we open a white plane. We have here side look 20 and 50 from center to here 135 or 30. Just make this now out of my mind. If there is a mistake, sorry for that. With the first model that I work on it. Offset surface needed now. Let's make 2 now. The same idea that we used here will be done also here. I'm going to cut with this the whole surface. As you see, we will cut like 15. Let's keep it like this, looking not bad. And here there is a surface body, which is 2 mm offsetted, and then we will protect that one with trim, remove Okay, this is also unnecessary because if we didn't make a mirror at the other side, that surface completely copied. And this is looking nice now. Again, a Revolve Surface, swept, we said. This will be our this direction because we are cutting in that area. Normally, this thing should be a little bit more complicated because when we do something like this, we are trying to find a middle way and we are creating there a normal plane. That's normally the way that we are working, but here a little bit different. Just this is a tutorial. We don't spend so much time on it. Yes, button here, knitting. Yes, it's not looking bad. For a tutorial, it's fine. Of course, when it's come to real modeling and real production modeling, it is quite different than what we are doing here. This is because you should then consider many different things. We are now working in a model which demonstrates the surface comments in order to have some good comment on the surfaces. Of course, when you are real modeling, you will consider much more things. Now I'm going to cut the holes where the air blows out. I open a plane there. I copied surfaces. I copied the how to say the outer contour. I'm creating there a 2 mm thick, no mesh result part. This is a nice trick. Also, I will create here a line. I'm going to use fill surface, where I will get a good surface fill on a surface. This one, and I will use this object for cutting my body. And how to select? We'll say this one will be cut. And 2 mm holes with 2.5 and 2.5 distances. Program going to create for me many holes in a good order, and I will cut with these holes my body. That's the intention. It has nothing to do with the rest of the model. Otherwise, I will spend in this area a lot of time for creating this pattern with SOLIDWORKS. It is really terrible. But with this way, it is quite nice. Also, our surface shape is not that much curvy. It works because in the projection, distance is a little bit changing, but it is here compensatable. I don't know the word. A program can compensate. We can compensate. I try to say sorry. And after this operation, it is quite challenging for my computer because many surface. The rest is bottom. Let's finish that thing, a tail kind of thing, and then we will be done. Front plane, sketch. Let's keep it like this, it's not so important. 40 and 5 degree. Everything already determined because of our surfaces. That's fine. It could be a little bit longer, I believe. 50 and degree is, let's make it 4 or even 3. These are technical details, of course. What's the cable thickness and etc. Diameter of cable. For me, not so important now. Maybe place there a square. Midpoint, let's say 4. Merge result will be active, but we will merge with our body. And a nice fillet with 3 surfaces. One is this, one is this, and the other one. Yes, and then I'm creating here a hole. Let's cut it. I'm tired because of talking a lot. Yeah, some little radiuses, of course. Yeah. Looking not bad. I will not talk about the brand and etc. Then maybe they can ask me copyrights. Thank you for watching. I hope you have learned something new in terms of surfacing in SolidWorks. It's a nice example, and I have used many different surfacing tools here. And at least we get the final looking of the part or the hair dryer. As I told before, of course, when it comes to production, you should consider many things, the mold and critical techniques of materials. Yeah, also blowing and in the front, the magnitude or the size of the thing. There are very different things when it comes to production. You should consider a lot of things. I just try to make a demonstration. I hope it's a useful video for you. If you are searching some other more advanced videos, please do visit my channel. Let me know if you have any questions or comments in the comments area. Thank you for watching this video. Hope to see you in another one soon.